The second method is sampling method or data collection method. In sociological studies, the data has to be collected and analyzed. There are two methods of data collection, that is census method and sampling method. When the whole area and population of persons is contacted, the method is known as census method. When the entire area is covered, it is called as census method. As when in India the data is collected regarding different aspects of the population of the country, the method followed is called census method. If the size of the unit of study is small, census method is generally used to collect data. When the population is huge and it is not possible to collect data, sampling method is used. If the size of the population is small, then census method can be used, where each and every person can be consulted. But if the population is huge, in that case a sample is taken out and the study is conducted on that sample by the sampling method. When a small group is selected as representative of the whole, it is known as sample method. The method of selecting for study a portion of the universe with a view to draw conclusions about the universe is known as sampling. According to Goudet and Hatt, a smaller representation of large whole, the whole group from which the sample has been drawn is known as universe. So the entire group from where we are taking a few as samples, selecting a few as samples, that entire group is called as universe or population, and the group selected for study is known as sample, and those selected persons or part is called as sample. Characteristics of sampling unit. Number one, it must be representative of the universe or population. Means anything that has been selected, it should represent the universe or population. Number two, it must be adequate in size in order to be reliable. Its size should be adequate, and so that the information gathered or the facts gathered should be reliable. Number three, the unit should be clear, unambiguous and definite. There should be a clear cut, a definite and an unambiguous unit. Fourth, the unit should be suitable for the problem under study. Whatever problem that we are studying, the unit that has been selected should be suitable for making our studies proper. Fifth, the unit selected should be standardized if possible. All the standards should be present in the unit that has been selected, and these standards have been drafted. Next, the unit should be easily ascertainable. Means easily the unit that has been selected is ascertainable, means it is available for our study. Then the unit of sample should contain independent character. It should have independent character without any, there should be no force or any such thing. Next, it should have a homogeneity character. Means whatever character that particular unit has, it should the same characters should be found in the entire universe or the population. Then the samples collected should represent the different areas of the universe. So from different areas of the universe the sample should be collected. The unit of sample should have the same chance for the inclusion and be selected on the basis of mathematical law of chance or probability, and the selection of the unit for study should be based on mathematical law of chance or probability. Then types of sampling method. Sampling methods are broadly divided into two types, which are number 1, probability sampling. Under probability sampling, the first one is your random sampling. It is one type of probability sampling method of drawing a random sample or lottery method, random numbers or table of random numbers prepared and selection from sequential list is made. So in random sampling, out of the sample that has been collected on random basis, some things are to be drawn out. Then systematic sampling, it is another type of probability sampling. It is of two types. Number 1, stratified random sampling, and number 2, cluster sampling or subsampling. Then the second type is non-probability sampling. Probability sampling, judgment sampling, accident sampling, purposive sampling and quota sampling are the different types of non-probability sampling. And the third method is your case study method. Case study method is more suitable for the study of individuals or fewer persons and to find out the root cause for a particular problem. So in case study method, the study of individuals or fewer persons to find out the root cause for a particular problem is done, whereas a statistical or survey method is suitable in the case of large scale collection of facts. So in case study, only some individuals or fewer persons are taken into account, are taken for the study purpose to come to know about the causes of a particular problem. The term case study has been defined vividly by different persons as, according to P.V. Young, case study is the method of exploring and analyzing of life of a social unit, be that a person, a family, an institution, cultural group, or even entire community. So it is the method used to explore and analyze life of a social unit, and that social unit may be a person, a family, an institution, cultural group, or a community. According to Stott A. Quinn, the case study is the examination of a single situation, person, groups, or institutions. So examination of an individual, of different persons, groups, or institutions as complex whole in order to identify types and process. According to Elmer, case study is the analysis of an abstract phase or experience usually performed in the interest of describing some quality in the experimental whole. Now, characteristics of case study method. Number 1, it studies a social unit. a person, a family, an institution, a cultural group, or even an entire community. So a social unit is studied, and a social unit may be a person, a family, and so on. Number 2, its aim is to determine the factors that account for the complex behavior pattern of the unit. The main aim of case study is to find out or to determine the factors that account the complex behavior pattern of the unit and relationship of the unit to its surroundings. How a person, a family behaves with its surroundings. Then third, case study covers exhaustively on the entire life cycle or on a definite section of the cycle of a unit, but always with a view to ascertain the natural history of social units and their relationships to the social factors involved in its environment. So case study is performed exhaustively to ascertain the natural history of social units and their relationship to social factors present in the environment. Then fourth, the number of units should be small and selective, having boundaries. So the unit should be small in size. Fifth, the case study method is mainly qualitative in character. The method should be qualitative in character, means it should possess certain qualities. Various related methods are used in case studies, namely social survey, questionnaire, interviews, attitude scales, projective techniques, etc. The sources of case studies are: number 1, personal documents, life history documents, diaries, autobiographies, letters, etc. The types of case studies. The following are the types of case studies. Number 1, exploratory. Cases which are prelude to a social research. Then explanatory. Cases which are used for doing casual investigations. Descriptive. Cases which are developed before starting a project. First, the entire things are created and then the project is started. Then intrinsic, when the sociologist has an interest in the case. Instrumental, when the case is used to understand more than what is obvious to the observer. And collective, when a group of cases is studied. Importance of case study method. It is a scientific method as the study is made on the basis of facts.